Alex, and let's keep our minds on business as it's now time for our financial focus with our two money men, business and market analyst Seth Denson and accounting professor at Montclair State University, Dan Geltrude. Hey there, gentlemen. Happy Tuesday.
Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. All right, so today's topic, and I want to start with you, Dan. We've talked about inflation, right? We've been talking about it for a while. So why is inflation at an 8-year high? What are we going to do about it?
Well, there are some options, and it's not something that anybody wants to hear about. Primarily, when you talk about the Federal Reserve, for example, they have the ability to raise interest rates. Raising interest rates will start to bring down inflation, but that has consequences as well, particularly, I believe, related to the stock market, because as interest rates go up, investors are given options to put their money somewhere else other than the stock market, safer investments. So what will happen is you will have the stock market having sellers, which of course will bring down the value of the market. And no one really wants to see that, particularly when they look at their 401k and retirement plans.
Yeah, absolutely. Seth, your new article for Newsmax, it delves into something scary for consumers. Now, you uncovered something on page 508 of the new infrastructure deal. So kudos to you for even getting to page 500. A lot of lawmakers, unfortunately, probably haven't read it. So what is it and how does this affect us?
Well, this is terrifying, right? And I think this is part of a two-part plan. I was listening to the last segment. We're talking about budgetary reconciliation and the process there. So what the government has put in here, or legislators have put in here, is this pilot program wherein the government will track miles. And they're doing so to assess whether or not they could impose a per mileage fee. Now, the gas tax, which is widely unpopular, which is why politicians stay away from it, hasn't been changed in over 30 years. But what they're looking at doing now is a per mileage fee. Now, they were clear in the legislative language to say that it's a fee, not a tax. We can thank probably Chief Justice John Roberts for that. But nonetheless, that's in there as a pilot program. Now, why would they do this? Well, here's why I think they're going to look to do this. Under reconciliation, you have to abide by the Byrd rule, which means one of three things. It has to be specific to the budget, it can't touch Social Security, and any new spending has to be shown how it's going to be paid for. How do you do that without new tax revenue? And so I think this is a setup for the $3.5 trillion package that is going to be passed under reconciliation to show how they pay for it. This should be terrifying to all Americans.
Yeah, how else are we going to pay for it? A lot of Democrats saying, well, there won't be any new taxes unless it's, the rich. But as you pointed out, this is going to affect everyone. Dan, with this high inflation projection, you talked about, the potential of raising interest rates. Do you think that will happen and when?
The Fed has been quite hesitant on considering raising interest rates. We've heard this word of inflation being transient or temporary. Well, when does the inflation start? Nobody's really been able to put their finger on it. I believe that we're at least a year out from seeing any type of retraction. And can people really sustain the next year of prices going up, up, and up? Now, of course, the other side of this is that we hear about employers are raising wages so people are making more money. Great. But the other side of that is inflation is really outpacing wage inflation. So people, in terms of their ability to buy things, are actually losing ground. Now, they may not realize that right away because they're looking at their paycheck and seeing it being higher. But when they look at their bank accounts at the end of the year, they may very well see less in there than they expected. So you have to look at this picture in the whole.
Yeah, absolutely. Seth, Dan was just talking about companies raising their prices, fast enough to keep up with higher costs. They're paying their employees more, but they're also having to raise their prices. Donnie King, the CEO of Tyson Foods, said that they had to raise their prices to keep up with higher costs. So how is this going to affect, businesses? We've seen pork going up, beef, chicken, they jumped by 12%. So what does this mean for businesses and for consumers?
Yeah, it means it's going to be a tough road ahead, right? We've said it a lot of times on this show that margins rarely get squeezed, they get moved, right? And so what's going to happen is those margins are going to get shifted to wages, to higher prices. In a tight labor market, wages have to go up. But it was interesting, in last week's job report, the Biden administration took a victory lap over rising wages. Wages went up 0.4%. Well, the overall inflationary rate thus far year to date is over 4%. So I guess we got about 10 more times to go to Dan's point, where wages will keep up with the overall inflationary period. But this is going to be a long road ahead for businesses. Going back to that per mileage fee, if that gets instituted, guess where that's going to go? In the cost of goods and services that get shipped from point A to point B over long-haul trucking. That's going to be more taxes that get put into the pricing. We're going to see these inflation rates be transitory no more.
Yeah, everybody pays, right? All right. Well, thank you. Seth Denson, Dan Geltrude, always great to have you.
Thanks, Allison.
Thanks, Allie.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.